Hey everybody, it's Master Galengeist here, bringing you my review for the season premiere of Supernatural, Stranger in a Strange Land. And this was your typical Supernatural episode. It had some okay things, but overall I thought it just showed the problems that have always reoccurred within Supernatural since following pretty much season 5. One of the biggest issues that occurred in this one is how there were three main focuses of pretty much Sam, and then very small like Michael, and small with Jack. And it just gets into the issue that the Michael stuff and the Jack stuff by itself, if they had even been given just episodes by themselves to coexist as like A and B storylines, would have been better. But it's all of it is competing for screen time, and it's not as developed as it could be. I mean, we got some interesting tidbits from the Michael and the Jack portions, but not enough to really dig deeper into them. It's just pretty much basic setup and then kind of move on kind of things. Like, oh, okay, we'll have to see how that goes. So we start off with AC/DC this season. I'm like, alright, that's pretty cool. And it actually dovetailed into the beginning of the episode, which was kind of cool because we see that Sam's driving. He's got pretty much a fuller beard than usual, and AC/DC's on the radio as he changes it, and he's the one driving Baby. We cut and we get our first introduction to what's going on with Michael. We see this guy doing his prayers, and Michael pops up and he's like, what's going on? Why are you here? Pretty much, we get our kind of first introduction to how Jensen Ackles is going to be doing Michael, and I was kind of disappointed because we didn't get a kind of fun kind of thing going with like a Demon Dean situation where he just kind of goes all off with it. Actually, it kind of feels even more of a downgrade from the other Michael's meat suit in that he just feels very just boilerplate at this moment. And you don't really want that when you're introducing it. Other than the clothes and the kind of usual Angel arrogance, I don't really have much that this Michael differentiates from the other ones except the mission that he's going on. He's delving into this dude's past, asking him what he wants. Of course, brings out the whole Michael reveal and everything, but he's like, okay, I want peace and love. And then digging into the dude's past, talking about him leaving Syria, why would he want peace? Him, cheating in his relationship with someone else and having to live in this rat hole. But, of course, Michael uses his power to kind of throw him across the room, but that's about all we get onto it. It's like, okay, what's he trying to kind of do here? We kind of then switch over and we see more of what's going on with Sam. And Sam's bits I really liked because it showed him taking more of a leadership role of the Apocalypse people and them doing their regular hunting stuff, going for different kind of monsters, having to deal with this vampire situation that's come up. And Sam had been coming back from Atlanta because some woman said that she had seen angels or whatnot, but Sam has gotten to a point that he's really trying to find his brother, but he's got all these other things, so he's running himself ragged. His mother is trying to make sure that he takes care of himself and trying to be supportive, and I kind of like this dynamic because later on we get a little bit more into the episode, and it seems that Sam's kind of in the Dean role, but he's not like a carbon copy of Dean. And Mary is kind of in the Sam role of trying to kind of support him, even though she kind of has her own Dean characteristics that she talks about kind of later. But he's like, all right, I gotta help these people out. We gotta send these people to do these things. And he just kind of goes along with it. We learned that Ketch is in London looking for leads on Michael, and Cass is in Detroit. And that's about it for the moment as it kind of like goes to Cass, as we see that he just does essential Castiel things in one part of the episode and then shows some kind of character growth in another. Because he's going to look for Dean and he's going to hit this demon up for information. Like, okay, usual kind of stuff. And he goes, alright, the deal is you get to live. But of course the demon brought friends and Castiel gets beaten up and captured. It's like, wow, we haven't seen this play out ad nauseum. Could have been a kind of change up, but it's like, okay, whatever. Let's see. So Sam also then goes around the bunker. We see some stuff with Jack where he's learning with Bobby. I'm like, that's pretty cool stuff. I just wish it had been fleshed out more. He's pretty much learning how to fight and all that, kind of getting his ass beat. But it's cool seeing Bobby mentoring again and doing those kinds of things, especially with Jack, seeing how he treats Jack now that he doesn't have powers and seeing all that kind of dynamics play out with certain characters. Again, it's only really with Jack and Bobby and Jack and Castiel towards the end, but it could have been more done. Hopefully, there is more done later on, even though they dropped a bit of information at the end of the episode that kind of will get in the way of that. Well, Sam has his talk with Jack, and he's like, yeah, okay. He's like, listen, I believe in you and everything, and we're going to get through this. And he's like, all right, cool. And then Mary comes in and says that he's awake. It's like, what's going on here? All right, but I want to bring this up. I'm getting to this point now, but CW really needs to rethink how they do tie-ins with movies like Halloween, because there's a commercial break before these scenes occurred that completely spoiled the reveal of what was going on. And I'm like, that's fucking stupid. We saw Sam talking with Mark Pellegrino. It's like, what the fuck? Are we still having this Lucifer thing? And we find out that it's Nick. Okay, I might seem a little bit lost for words because this fundamentally shows that the writers just keep doing things and not thinking about the consequences and the repercussions, story-wise and lore-wise. Because I was pretty much assured that, like, Nick would have been destroyed. Now, granted, his body was built back up by Crowley, but why would his soul be back in there? Hasn't he been, like, completely and utterly destroyed, screwed up, and freaking dead so many times? Like, if that's the case, is frickin' Castiel's vessel's soul still alive in there? I thought he was in heaven. It just... Oh, okay. The only reason you see that is for a potential Lucifer resurrection. And you're like, why? Resurrections can work in stories if they have a specific purpose. If you just do it to keep bringing back fan favorites without having it feel like the coup de grace ending, you just make death have no meaning, and it's just revolving doors of, okay, this person's gonna die this week, and this person will die next week, but it doesn't matter because they can come back because I can write whatever I want. That good writers don't do that. Writers set the rules of what goes on in the world. And granted, potentially if you're writing a story and some kind of different comes in and you have to augment the rules, sure. But if you just start changing it, it's like, oh, here's Nick. I'm like, okay. And we don't really get much out of Nick other than, like, he really doesn't remember much. He doesn't really remember what Lucifer and alternate Michael were talking about and where he would be going, because that's pretty much how Sam's using it. I kind of like Sam's wary take on him, and he was still helping him, but I mean, Lucifer was stabbed deeply in the side. I'm like, how the fuck is that dude, like, still being okay? Unless Cass wouldn't have, he still had the wound. Cass wouldn't have been able to heal the wound because that was made by an Archangel blade. They were talking about how it would have just essentially killed Lucifer in him, but that hasn't been shown for any Angel blade at all. It's just like, okay, here's a thing we're going to have to deal with. So they pretty much get into the effect that they figure out that Castiel's been captured because the Kit Demon dude calls and wants to work out a deal with Sam. And we get pretty much the same boilerplate demon stuff. Oh, I rode with Genghis Khan. I eat babies. You are telling me this. You are not showing me that you're menacing. And everyone's like, oh, do a deal. I mean, at least with Crowley and Abaddon, you had some differentiation. We also got him talking about Asmodeus and how he was Kentucky Fried. I'm like, okay, a little bit funny, but come on. We already dealt with that memishness of it last season. But I'm just, all of these demons are doing the same thing. Oh, he wants to be the king of hell and he wants everything. We did get the portion that somebody had came and asked him what he wanted, linking us back to Michael and all of that. But he just wants to be the king of hell and do the Crowley deal with them and have the Winchesters turn a blind eye every so often to what he's doing. He's like, oh, I'll do something better. And it's just the same old demon stuff. Like, I was hoping that this dude would die at the end. Spoiler alert, he does, thank God. Because there's nothing to him. Nothing. He's just the same old, he's like imitation Crowley, and not even good imitation. It's like, oh God, you say how bad you are. I mean, you beat up Castiel a little bit. You captured the noobs, which was the plan anyway. Because he brought along Jack and a couple of like this other girl had usually been the medic, and Sam's plan was pretty much go in there, unarmed, get the noobs captured, and then of course Mary and Bobby come in, and we get, I don't know if it's the worst supernatural fight scene that I've seen, but it was bad in my opinion. And mainly because, I mean, you could kind of tell what was going on, but there was like weird music going on, and like every so often it would close up. It's like almost textbook not what to do for an action scene. Now, I liked how Sam got more of an action role in this, but I'm like, okay, whatever. We had just weird ways that it was done that I really did not like. We saw demons like walking on the wall. I'm like, why? And just the close-ups every so often, it's like, oh, boom, boom, action, action. I'm like, no, just fight it. It's supposed to be more like John McClane, Die Hard kind of like gritty, oh God, these people are fighting for their lives, not, I don't know, just your typical action movie of like, cool guys don't look at explosions kind of shit. But the fight was important because Jack tried to do his own thing and got his ass completely beat. But alternate Bobby also got his ass beat. But Sam was able to take out Kit and just pretty much lay down the law and the demons. If you want to, any of you want to be the king of hell, you got to go through me. Kind of strangely enough, making Sam almost a de facto gatekeeper for that position, which is interesting. But the rest of the demons bugged out, and that was pretty much the end of that until we get back to the bunker. We'd also at this point seen that Michael has gone to Sister Joe. She popped back up, and he asked her what she wanted, and she kind of flippantly talked about like Louis Vuitton and all that kind of thing. And Michael's going like, no, what you really want is like family and all that stuff. Very human of you. Dropping the bomb that he knows that all the angels are, he knows how few a number they are, but if they're the same kind of sad, broken things you are, you guys don't even deserve to be saved. That his goal is to make a better world. And I don't know how I feel about Sister Joe being brought back. I mean, you kind of have to because she's one of the only other angels left. And I just hope more is done with her because she really wasn't as well utilized during last season as she could have been. So that's about as much as we get until we get back up. Everybody gets back to the bunker. Cash tries to support Sam about like everything with Dean. We learned that Ketch is looking for the egg device that they had used to get Lucifer out of the president, but Ketch is not having a good time trying to find that. But I mean, I like seeing that Sam and Cass had their own kind of moment bonding with this because usually it's Cass and Dean. we then see that Bobby and Mary kind of have their own kind of thing. Cass goes and pretty much acts like Dean to Jack, being like trying to tell him that, yeah, I mean, you don't have your grace, but we'll get through this. Even using Dean lines and explaining it to him. And then one of the problem points that I have is Castiel drops the bomb that Jack's grace should regenerate. Why? I mean, I understand Nephilim are different than angels, but you've essentially just made Sam and Dean's decision about, like, oh, we just gotta remove the grace from Jack, and everything will be hunky-dory, moot. And then why can't angels do that? I don't mind that Nephilim can do it and angels can't. We just need an explanation of why. I'm like, alright, fine. So Jack will be human for a little bit until the writers go, we need plot convenience. Jack. Okay. But hopefully we'll see him grow, because I've liked Jack's character and kind of what he's represented. I just hope the writers actually do something with it. So that was the kind of growth that we saw. We see towards the end of the episode that let's see, that Sam gets a call from Joe saying that we have a problem, and that's about it. It's like, okay, so she's going to give the lowdown on Michael, and we get cut to why it's a problem. I would have either liked more explanation or just had ended it with Sam answering the phone and we hear Joe's voice on the line and Sam says, Joe. It was just kind of weird to even have that if more wasn't going to be done with it. We get to the end of the episode and we see that Michael's talking with someone saying that, like, you deserve to be saved because your want is like simple, pure, and clean. You just want to eat. And he's evidently talking about a vampire. And like, okay. So we're kind of getting into Michael's idea for plans, I guess, to save the world is like using vampires and potentially monsters to weed out the unworthy or whatnot, or wants that he thinks are unworthy. It's kind of weird. We get the kind of vaguest hints of what Michael's trying to do, but it's not really that clear at this point. I mean, granted, it is the first episode. I don't expect it to be like, Michael's grand plan is this, and just have it stuck to that. It's just the way it was presented throughout this episode could have been done better, or could have been saved for another episode on its own. That way we could have explored more of the dynamic of Michael in our world doing these things and get more of the character from him, whereas we didn't really get that much this episode. So I hope that going forward they focus more on certain storylines instead of being like, hey, dealer's choice, here's 3 and let's try and interweave them together, even though that'll like completely screw over certain plot threads. And that we keep the good things going momentum-wise with like delving into Sam being a leader, his dynamic with Mary and like the alternate Bobby, and his dynamic with Jack, and kind of not going to the same old tropes of, okay, this character did the same kind of thing that they would have learned at this point not to do. So, those are my opinions on the episode. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also, like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.